Hey guys, Doesn't German Agent here. Sorry it's been a while, but I've been kind of busy for my personal life, so there's that reason why I have been posting many videos here. But I kind of want to make a quick comment about this Capcom, you know, it deal wanting to remake a lot of their classic games. Um, Apparently a lot of people are taking this as a grain of salt, but other people are taking like, oh, they're gonna really like remake Resident Evil 3. Oh, that's been confirmed, and yet we have no confirmation from Capcom. Now, here's my take on this article. I I probably have been one of many people here, critical of Capcom, you know, for their mistakes. And I do think that Capcom has fallen. I still think Capcom is a decent company, but they have been making a lot of poor decisions, especially with a certain reboot of Devil May Cry. Now, out of all this article, a lot of people are focusing on this sentence. Further regarding remakes and re-releases of titles of our back catalog, we we expect to explore these further with varying properties as part of our strategy to unitize, unitize our library of IP. I hope I'm saying that right. Now, those two sentences kind of coexist with something else I found out a while back. Not many people know this, but Capcom is probably recognized for maybe two of its three biggest names of their entire catalog. I'm talking about Mega Man, Street Fighter, and Resident Evil. That's probably everybody knows that Capcom has. Now, a while back, I found something else. I kind of knew this as common knowledge, but I found Unimusha could be getting a remake because of a recent trademark. Now, Unimusha, that name sounds familiar. Well, let me just show you some images and see if it brings back any memories. Now, of course, this is just some of the images I found on, Google. If you've seen these images before, of course, this is Unimusha. Kind of a forgotten franchise of Capcom's, but it's still worth noting. I wasn't, a huge fan of the series, but I thought it was pretty interesting, so it was a pretty good franchise. But we haven't gotten a decent installment for over a decade. Now, my point of view on Unimusha coming back is kind of high. I do expect to see it come back, but many people want it to be released digitally so they can play the classic versions. Well, they couldn't do that. Now, why? I have heard various reasons. I mean, one was some kind of legal reason, and I kind of get where they're coming from. So, I mean, I have heard that they actually use real life people's faces, so maybe that's why Onimusha couldn't be released digitally because of certain contract issues, but you get my drift, right? Now, which does goes bring me back to this article. What other classic franchises that we like to see come back? Well, uh, I know people want Dino Crisis, so let me just type that up. Dino Crisis. Yeah, and I've seen a few playthroughs of this game, and I can see why people like it because it was a good game. Yes, you can play it on the place digitally, but not Onimusha. Unlike Onimusha, this is more. This one has more of a cult-like following because I think it only had like 3 installments. Well, their Onimusha only had like four, maybe 4 or 5 installments. And it also depends who you're asking, so yeah, that's gonna be. So I can see why people want some of these games to come back, but my question is this: how much of a fan base do we still have? I mean, there's only a certain amount of time when people forget games, and my problem is this: you can only wait so long before you give up, and and if you wait too long, the fan base is gonna die. And I see, but there's so many people that want this to happen, and I say power to you. But I really can't see how. Well, I mean, I can't see some of their games coming back, but not all of them. I mean, yeah, Resident Evil has been very successful because the fan base is still there. I mean, when was the last time we got a Dino Crisis? Here, let me see, look that up real quick. Um, let me see. When was the last Dino Crisis game released? The last game was released in 2003. Yeah, 2003. So people have been waiting for 15 years, and I just can't fully see people waiting patiently for this long. So and see, was last animation was in '06. So I mean, yeah, I wish that there was some truth to this article that yeah, they're gonna literally bring back all their forgotten IP, but I know I'm just stretching this out, but I'm just having a hard time saying that this is like officially what Capcom's going to do. So, but I will make a small prediction of I think Capcom's going to do. They're going to do something with their IP. As of what? I don't know. But I do think it would be nice if they do literally reboot the franchise that people forgot that they have, or people have been literally wanting them to be back. So I know I've been rambling on for a while, but I just feel like I have to say something because Capcom can make a good game even with the RE engine. With I still think it's RE short for Resident Evil, regardless what Capcom says. It has to be short for Resident Evil, not Moonlight or whatever they're saying it is. But that's just my opinion. So catch you guys later.